So the main aspect of this vlog that I wanted to share with you was I felt really, really excited last night about excitement and um, our really genuine ability to feel appreciation and gratitude for ourselves, obviously, for our own self and our own creations, and embodying that more and more and working through our cycles. So I watched a Cool Teal Swan video about our so the ebbs and flows, or the ups and downs, or when we work through something and then it kind of comes back around and it hits us and we're like, not you again. And so sometimes we feel like we're taking step back, that expression, two steps forward, three steps back, or whatever. And it's really not the case. That it's only ever always expanding, and whenever we're revisiting something, it's really an expanded awareness. So each time a cycle kind of reemerges for us, it's more about the fact that it's an opportunity to look at it from a different angle, and again, in assistance of us releasing it, of completely clearing it and letting it go. And also for me, what's great is this day-to-day continuous practice of clearing stuff that I don't want. So clearing doubt around my ability to make money, or clearing doubt around my fear of not being good enough. Always, whenever that stuff comes up, just saying, I clear, delete you, I don't need you anymore in my life, and I'm going to create this instead. And a couple things that have been really coming up a lot and quite cool is really getting excited about the fact that we create our own reality, and also owning up to our past creations. So if we're not super happy about what we've created right now, say, all right, I've created this, I can uncreate this as well. And technically, really, as I uncreate, the uncreated aspect is the creation of the new. So the moment we see something in our reality that we're not super blissed out about, we just say, okay, I'm not gonna create that anymore. I'm gonna create this, or actually I'm gonna clear that. I'm gonna uncreate this, and I'm gonna focus on this instead. Think about that as well. Like wherever we're focusing, whatever we're paying attention to, that's ultimately what we're creating. That's the vibe that we're creating more of. So it's really important in the very moment that we're not so critical and serious about the perceived hard facts. This is a coffee right now, and if I'm drinking coffee now, I'm always going to be drinking coffee. That this is just a creation of the moment, and it's all fluctuating and shifting and changing all the time, and really responding to our own state of being. So totally owning and being responsible for our creations in the present moment, and indeed our reactions to the other, or the circumstance, or the condition, our reaction to. So it's more than likely that those reactions, right? We're doing an action again, we're reacting to something, is a trench, is something that we've practiced doing for quite some time. Maybe we had a reaction to something that somebody said way back in the day when we were 3 or 4 or 5 years old, and unconsciously we're reacting, we're recreating that situation over and over again. So it's really, that's our conscious living, that's about noticing our reactions and paying attention to them only for the fact of saying, okay, I see that now. I see that reaction within me, and I'm gonna look at that with the light of my awareness. I'm gonna just observe it with objectivity, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna clear that. I'm going to clear it and delete it. Christine Marie Sheldon says, across all time, space, realities, and dimensions, which I really, really like, because it feels really like, no more. I kind of, sometimes I'll see a little like bursts of light bubbles in my head, or like a big gust of light sort of shifting and dissolving past creations, which are still being held in my energetic, or in my beingness, like in the circle of light that is me. And so if I'm holding stuff in that bubble of light within and around me that doesn't feel good, that sort of feels like it's pinching me off or limiting my ability to consciously act, then I'll delete it and I'll clear it. And my God, it's so powerful, because I'm feeling instantaneous shifts right away. Like starting a business plan and really making movement and action that I might have denied, or I might have resisted or made excuses on in the past. Now I'm finding, no, I'm going to act on this, and I'm not going to be afraid of going to the bank and asking for money, and I'm not going to be afraid of going to other business owners that I know and asking them if they'd be interested in investing. Like, I'm not going to be afraid of talking to new people and doing different things in a different way, you know. So really facing those fears within me and saying, no, like, I don't need to hold that anymore. I'm totally free and able to do all that I desire. You know, but it takes a real honesty within ourselves. It takes a real, I think, honesty and an earnest sort of desire for making changes in our lives, and really, really making that choice. I want to live a bliss life. I want to be joyous and excited and passionate, and I want to get excited about creating the abundance that I desire, so that I can take that holiday, or so that I can go and, you know, have that photo shoot in Hawaii, so that I can you know, to host retreats for people either here in Devon or abroad in the south of France, or, you know, wherever. It's just that realizing that, you know, the life that wants to be created from within me, it is an effortless life. It's just about really dissolving the blocks. So dissolving the stuff that doesn't really feel that good anymore, that I either bought and sold from other people that I've met along the way, or maybe I came in with it from a past life. Who knows, you know? Like, that stuff is still you know, I acknowledge that, but I'm also really aware of not kind of going too deep into that. I'm not a big one for, like, having to know exactly what happened, or it's almost like I don't want to go back. I don't want to, like, do that digging to recreate the past. It's just about, in this present moment, if I'm experiencing this, yes, something happened. I did buy and sell something. I did absorb this, and it's not the truth of who I am anymore, through my own conscious awareness of who I am and what I am. So if something in that moment isn't true to what I recognize as my own truth, then I dissolve it, I delete it, and I let it go. And finally, it's just really wanting to share my excitement with you about how awesome this stuff really is. Like, how cool is it that we get to create our own reality? How cool is it that we are unlimited, that we are these divine, radiant beings of light that can literally do anything that we desire and create anything that we desire? You know, so long as we're hidden from that, so long as there's something like blocking that, we're really, really not able to express and live to our full potential yet. And I think I guess through, again, different perceptions or limitations, like blocking that excitement, or feeling like, oh, I need to still tiptoe around or whatever. But I'm excited about it. And I want to make people get inspired and excited about making changes in their lives, so that they can create a life they love living. And that's the truth. That's the honest truth. I love inspiring people. I love making people feel empowered, because I love feeling like that. And, you know, just really trusting that we all have really special gifts to share. We all have unique potential, unique mastery to share with one another. And it doesn't have to be in a box. You know, I don't have to do everything. There are people that are coming into my world who they're quite mastered with numbers, you know, or quite good with art, or quite good with media. Like, everyone has this different thing to bring to the table, this different mastered skill to bring to the table. And that's the beauty of letting go and saying, you know, it's not about doing it all alone. It's not about I have to do everything by myself, you know. It's about coming together in community, sharing one another's idea, and seeing how we can all work together to manifest that ultimate creation and create unlimited abundance for each and every one of us. And of course, you know, I desire that And I'm just, more and more getting these bubbled little ideas. And instead of just kind of shrugging them or like, pushing them under the table, I'm feeling myself much more like, well, okay, I'm going to make a mental note of that, because that actually might be a truly, really valid idea about, affiliates and business partnerships and all that kind of stuff. And putting myself into that entrepreneur role, and keeping in touch with people, and realizing there are no rules. I don't have to fit into anyone or anything, any of those boxes that we may have created. And I created them. I think there's a while there of, always looking at like the societal conditioning, and actually like we've all created that. I created that. I created my entire experience up to this point, and still, obviously. And I'm kind of wanting to get over this idea of like blaming society, or making it like there's this massive like social problem, because there isn't. It's all like we're creating it all the time, right? So I'm more really interested in just focusing on getting excited or feeling excited about being happy and being me, and like being able to truly authentically appreciate myself. And that's something that was in the last video that I will share, like on the healing course that I'm doing. One of the guys said, I passed the mirror and I just stood in front of the mirror and was there like appreciating myself, and I could feel the sincerity of what he said, and it totally called me out. That clarity that vibrated from him really shone to me, in me, where I'm not appreciating myself, and how I'm still criticizing and I'm still judging myself. And then our mantra from that lesson that day was, I'm happy being me. So I'm working with that mantra, I'm happy being me. And I'm also working with, instead of that's like a trench, that's like a pretty deep reactive pattern, that when I look at myself in the mirror, I start judging myself, like what's wrong with me, like, oh, the belly's sticking out too much, or oh, my shoulders are too broad, or like literally I'll just start like judging. And I've been working for quite a while, like a long time, on unraveling that. And then this one person says this thing in such purity, I just felt it. And it's like, I really need to like stop berating myself and instead flip it, flip your flaws. Like go from, instead of being down on myself, just look at myself in the mirror and be like, I just appreciate living in this body. I created this body, and I'm going to love and appreciate living in it for this lifetime, because of all the miraculous things that I'm able to perform and do in this vessel, and in this beautiful world, and in this amazing universe that I've chosen to be here, and I've chosen to expand and come back and meet these people and learn these lessons and share the light, basically. Because we are infinite divine beings of light. We're pure, unique expressions of divine life force. So, whatever it is you have within, it's sharing time. And, I can just keep sharing what's within my own heart. And day to day, when I get excited, it's not all sunshine, happiness, and rainbows all the time. I feel the full spectrum of all human emotion, as we all do. But what I'm doing now from this place is making conscious connection within myself as often as possible, to choose from a place of loving awareness, to choose from a place of unconditional neutrality, that all is one, all is well, and I'm 100% the creator of my reality. So I take full onus of all my reactions and all that I'm perceiving, and making subtle adjustments within myself, clearing that which does not resonate or does not expand in a light-filled way in my own heart, clearing or just deleting that, and holding this space within, holding this life-filled, love-filled space within my own heart, to continue expanding me in such a way, in a direction that feels lovely, and that feels good, and feels expansive and prosperous. So yeah, I want to create a life I love, absolutely. And I do it really because I realize this is the only way to create love and prosperity for as many people as possible. So if I'm not vibing it, there's nothing I can do for other people. So I really, I know I have the capacity for it, right? So I just want to get as happy and as blissed out and as loving as possible, and keep sharing, keep sharing what's within me, and go with the flow. trust that, all the experiences coming through are going to keep offering me those more expanded levels of adventure and joy and passion and excitement and prosperity and abundance and love, lots of love, love, love. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Have a really, really, really great day. Enjoy it. Be peaceful and happy with yourself. Repeat that mantra, I'm happy to be me. And just see what comes up for you, and let's practice non-judgment. So whether you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, just allow it to be what it is. But if it doesn't feel good, recognize that all that means is that it's not really in alignment with your truth or your resonance. How you vibe in alignment with the universe. If something doesn't feel good to you, it's just not for you. So you just say, oh, that doesn't feel that good, so I'm just going to let it go. It doesn't mean that thing is good or bad necessarily. It just means it's not really in resonance, so it doesn't align with your alignment frequency with the universe, right? Okay, cool. Have a great day. Peace.
All to love. All to love.